What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. This might be the best freaking fishing story I've ever heard in my life. This is absolutely incredible. I don't know to look at this guy as like the dumbest guy ever or to look at him as like a freaking legend, because this is so stupid but so freaking epic at the same time. You guys are gonna want to stay tuned. Alright guys, so this happened in Alaska. A guy from a place called Eagle River, which I'm assuming is in Alaska. These names of these towns in Alaska are freaking awesome. This guy was from a place called Eagle River, but this incident happened in a place called King Salmon. So a town in Alaska called King Salmon. Now this guy was a fisherman. I believe he was a deckhand on some type of charter, some type of fishing charter, and that's why he was in town. That's why he was in King Salmon, because he was working. He was going to be working as a deckhand. Apparently, this guy, his name's Dawson Cody Porter. Apparently, Mr. Porter likes the freaking party, guys.
For a toga party? Toga! Toga!
This is freaking crazy. So he's only 22 years old, young kid. You know, he'd only been legal to drink for a year. So he decides he's going to go to the local fire station in King Salmon. And he gets there. He decides that he wants to get inside. So he looks around, he finds a piece of lumber, and he breaks a freaking window at the fire station. Why the heck would you, like, there's probably like alarms going off. Like, it's a fire station. Yeah, it's in a small town called King Salmon. But, like, the fact that it's a small town, everybody probably freaking heard the glass break. But he breaks in. He's in there snooping around, and he decides that he's going to climb in to one of the fire trucks. Well, apparently, at King Salmon, and nobody must have been there. That's what's crazy. There's a fire department, and nobody's there. Like, the fire departments around here, there's always people there, like, waiting for a fire. There must not be many fires in King Salmon, Alaska. But yeah, nobody was there. He decides he's going to turn the car on, open the giant garage door, and just drive away. So this kid... I say kid, he's 22, he's technically a man, but to me that's a kid. He just drives away with his fire truck. And he has a destination in mind. He turns the freaking lights on, guys. He turns the lights on. He's flying down the road in a fire truck that he just stole with the lights on. This had to have been like a dare or something, like a drunk dare.
I triple dog dare you!
Like, I feel like this is only something that would happen in Alaska. Like, this would happen nowhere else. And I live in West Virginia, and this shit doesn't happen around here. But anyway, so he freaking drives us to the nearest bar, which was 15 miles away. It's called Fisherman's Bar, of all places. He drives it to the freaking Fisherman's Bar, and by now, like, you know, the police have been tipped off that this kid has stolen this fire truck. So they meet him at the bar. I can't believe this dude steals this truck, and then turns on the freaking overhead lights, the emergency lights, and just takes off. He drove it was almost a half hour of driving. He drove this thing for a half hour to get to the bar. And then he just parked it there. He just parked it at the freaking bar and goes inside with the freaking fire truck out there, lights still going. So the police officers show up, two Bristol Bay officers. So two Bristol Bay officers, another town in Alaska. I'm assuming that's where this Fisherman's Bar was. I love that the bar is called Fisherman's Bar. Like, that is sick. Like, it's so simple, but like, if I saw a bar that said Fisherman's Bar, like, I'm going inside that. Like, I wonder how many ridiculous, like, here I am telling a fish story. I wonder how many ridiculous fish stories were like, well, I guess this is technically a fish story, sorta. But I wonder how many ridiculous fish stories were told inside a bar called Fisherman's Bar. So when a bunch of fishermen get drunk, a bunch of crazy stories get told. But yeah, anyway, so he gets arrested. They don't clarify on what damage he caused. I'm assuming it was probably to the fire truck, and obviously to like the glass to get in, and to like whatever else he broke while he was inside. They said he caused $10,000 worth of damage. This man caused $10,000 worth of damage. The fire truck that he had stolen was valued at about $100,000. So he's driving around a $100,000 fire truck. They took him to the Bristol Bay detention facility, and his charges were burglary, vehicle theft, criminal mischief, and violating conditions of release on a previous arrest. So he had been arrested before. I bet you guys might be able to guess what he was arrested for. It was a DUI. So this kid's 22 years old. He's already been arrested for a DUI. He had to have been drunk for this incident too, but apparently they didn't want to get him for DUI because it sounds like they were probably taking it easy on him there, because if you get 2 DUIs, it's pretty serious, especially if you're already being charged with one. So it looks like they did him a favor there, because there's no way he did this sober. Like, it is hard for me to believe he did this sober. But like, he's 22 years old. He's already had a DUI. He's already been charged. with taking a fire truck to a bar. I don't think old buddy should be drinking much. Probably shouldn't be drinking at all unless unless he's at home by himself and like locked himself in, because it's only gonna go downhill from here. He's only 22 freaking years old. Holy crap, guys. This one is pretty freaking funny, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you've heard about this. This actually only happened a couple years ago. And I feel like stuff that happens in Alaska probably you don't hear about it much. So this one was freaking funny. This was a good one. I came across this and I just knew I had to make a video. Again, I don't know. Like, if I was the cops, I don't even know. I'd probably just be like obviously you have to arrest this man, but at the same time, like, it's got to be funny. Like, they had to be laughing about this. Now, if this happened like in a major city, this would probably be like a way bigger deal. But like in a town like King Salmon, like, I doubt that many people live there. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Let's look up the population of King Salmon, guys, because like I feel like it can't be much. This stuff like this would never happen in a bigger city. Oh my gosh! All right, guys. Comment below. How many people do you think live in King Salmon? Ready for this? 327 people. 327 people live in that town. So that's why nobody was at the freaking fire station, because everybody lives on one freaking street probably, which I'm sure they're spread out. It's Alaska, but holy crap. He's from Eagle River. He's from Eagle River. I'm gonna look up that one. So Eagle River is a bigger place. 30,000 people. That's about the size of my hometown. So I mean, that's the decent size area. So he's from Eagle River. He goes to this place called King Salmon. And yeah, no pun intended. I don't know if that would have flown in Eagle River, because they probably got more sophisticated police force, and I'm sure there would have been people at the freaking fire station in a town with 30,000 people. The nearest bar was freaking, he had to drive a half hour to the nearest bar. Man was on a mission. This man was on a mission. He knew what he was doing. I mean, what a story. What a freaking story. Can you imagine telling your grandkids, like, yeah, I stole a fire truck once in a place called King Salmon, and I drove it to the bar with the lights on. There's probably people, like, flying off the road to get out of his way. Unbelievable, guys. Yeah, guys, let me know if you want me to do more videos on stories like this. There are so many awesome freaking fishing stories out there. And there's ones like this that, you know, they involve fishermen, but they weren't necessarily fishing. But like, he was there for work, which he was a deckhand for a fishing charter. So I don't know. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. Do me a favor, guys. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. We are trying to get our play button, guys. We got to make it to 100K. We got a long journey ahead of us, but we are a quarter of the way there. Please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and turn the notifications on. I make fresh new content every single week. But alright, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I will see you next time.